Hello, StarCraft fans. This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. And today we have a game between Clem and MperorM on Acoltye, the latter edition. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Clem from the clan Dead Pixels. And in the top right-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is MperorM from Red Bloods. All right, so this is actually from WCS Valencia. And these two players are very excellent in their own right to play in WCS Valencia. So let's see how they do in this TVT. Is my music off? It was off. Why'd I turn it off? Falcon, you silly Billy. Why would you turn off your sound in this situation? I don't know. I don't have an answer for you, friends. I really don't. All right, so a TVT. And generally what we've seen from TVTs, at least at the high pro levels, is you get maybe a Reaper out, couple Marines, but then it's like a Hellion, Cyclone, Raven push. See a lot of different units in these early game pushes in TVT, and it makes it fun. I think it makes it fun a lot. We're not actually seeing direct rushes to Marine tanks Viking anymore. Instead, we have this interesting situation where Cyclones are actually really good. If you're trying to go Mass Reaper against your opponent and they have a Cyclone, suddenly it shuts it down. I mean, okay, if you have like 20 Reapers against a Cyclone, you got this, but if it's 3 or 4 Reapers, suddenly the Cyclone shows up and that turns that tide of that battle, especially if there are some Hellions out for the other Terran player, and that is how this works. So it's a Reaper. That is such a weird skin. Reaper here from MperorM. This Reaper's name is Wolf the Reaper King, a legend amongst rogue Reapers and a nightmare for everyone else. Yep, fair enough. Is that a Reaper? That's Reaper from Clem too. They both have the same skin. And this is Radas the Suicidal. It's all in the name. And the instructions from the person who suggested this is, if this Reaper does not die to his own KD8 charge, you must say the ABCs for every KD8 charge he threw. Mwahahaha. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Sorry. So Idris and Wolf. Wow, a Y and a V name here. So this is Wolf. And this is Idris. And are they going to meet is the question. Based on their moving trajectories, I don't think they will. Nope. Going to pass each other in the night. So this Reaper's going to have some time. Wolf going to have some time to do some stuff. Another Reaper on the way from Clem. And what? I thought a Hellion? Looks like a Vulture. Yes, indeed it is. Indeed it actually is a Hellion. So who knew? Who actually knew? Expansion on the way from MperorM as well. Clem does not have that. But he does have a Reaper in his base. Clem, oof, losing an SCV. He's trying to get the starport up, but it's not really working. Another Reaper shows up for Clem. Is he doing? Does he have 2? He's got, okay, so 1. I guess technically we could use Reaper group names, but eh. But Idris here has 0 kills somehow, and then Marines almost finish him off. He's down to 6 hit points. He's almost very much dead. Coming back home as well as Wolf. Wolf the Reaper King. And like I said, once there are Hellions out, as we have or a Cyclone, the Reaper's effectiveness is greatly diminished. Well, look, it's a Hellion. New sounds, too. New sounds pushing in, and the Cyclone is here. Cyclone, look at how fast they kill Reapers and Hellions. They don't even do extra damage against these units. Their DPS is just so stupid high. And they don't take extra damage from the Hellions or the Reapers, so that's why that matchup works. That is why it works very well. Cloak Banshee also very popular in TVT. If you like TVT, I did actually cast a full best of 5 TVT between Massa and Kellizer on Sunday. So go check it out. It was really fun. Cloak Banshees were very, very popular in that one without mistake. All right, so we got Cyclone. We got Reaper heading on down to the south here. Clem is expanding now on the low ground, not expanding in the safe location, as MperorM here did. Banshee on the way from Clem. He is getting that cloak as previously mentioned. MperorM not doing any of the sort, but if he's saving, not saving energy either. The pros like to save energy just in case this happens, but we have a Cyclone versus Cyclone battle. KD8 charge off a dead Reaper. And yeah, here's a Banshee. Even without cloak, it doesn't really matter. Banshee picks off that Cyclone pretty darn easily, but did kill the SCV building that command center. Forces another one to come down from Clem. Oh, loses his Banshee. Clem. Control a little bit sloppy there. The Marines should not have been able to do that. Banshee should have been back here on this high ground out of reach, at least out of visual range. Another Reaper comes in for Clem. I don't know if this is the same one, but man, tanks. Tanks and Marines. Pretty good answer. Pretty good answer to what is being sold here. Additional barracks on the way from MperorM and a Raven. I told you there'd be Ravens. Raven from Mr. Clem as well. Second base now done for Clem, but man, this base for MperorM's been done for a while. Somehow it's only 31 to 30 harvesters though. MperorM is up, but not as much as I thought. Oh, he went for a third base. Okay, so he didn't SCV up here off of 2 bases. He went for a third base instead. So I kind of like it. This is a pretty early third for TBT. Oh, there's a third base on the way for Clem, too, at about the same time. Although, I guess MperorM's is actually done and landed, whereas Clem's is under construction, about 50% complete. So, again, MperorM seems ahead in this one. Seems totally ahead in this one. Tank count is 2 to 2. There's a Raven for Clem. No such thing for MperorM, but he does have a Viking. Vikings are a pretty good answer to those Ravens. Medevac here for MperorM as well, healing up these Marines from the blue Terran player. And yes, 14 damage versus armored. And trying to pick off, no, saves it. Tried to pick off the Raven of Clem, but got saved by Marines on the ground. Good job. Good job, Clem, keeping your stuff alive. That's what I always like to see, is stuff being kept alive. Dead stuff makes me sad, which is why casting StarCraft makes me the saddest. Quick pause, I guess people are seeing lag. Clem, I guess, was seeing lag. Quick pause, everything looked better. Let's try it again, says Clem, and now we're up. So here comes a big push out of Clem. He's got 2 tanks, he's got Marines, he's got Vikings, and a Cyclone, and a Raven. Once again, very strange compositions here. SCV building a supply depot at the front, I guess for this very purpose. To detect when the enemy is coming. 2 tanks on the ground, already in siege mode for MperorM. Medevac comes in to scout to see what is up. Takes a shot from a Viking, 2 shots from a Viking. Manages to retreat. An auto turret here would not be a miss. Trying to pick off these tanks. There's the auto turret. Wow, both tanks of MperorM do end up dead. He's just got a handful of Marines here. I don't know about this. If this tank can get up close to this third base, might actually end up losing it here. Mr. MperorM. SCV's pulling the boys, pulling everybody off the line. Marines trying to finish this stuff off. Not the greatest target firing here from Clem. But a tank shows up to join the battle. Good job saving it. Putting it on the high ground here from MperorM and putting it in siege mode. Which circle almost extends all the way across this little choke leading into the main base. Or rather, this third base for MperorM. The Viking might go for some more auto turret harass back here in this mineral line of the third base of MperorM. He has enough resources or energy to toss one down, which is good. So pretty good attack by Clem, but good hold by MperorM. Pretty even too, as this auto turret going to get some kills. Raven's got 5 kills. Good pull of the SCVs by MperorM, getting them out of there though. It's 46 to 43 worker count. Clem is up, and it's 81 to 77 supply again. Clem is up. So super dead, even close game here. Tanks, Vikings. The longer TBT goes on, it does tend to settle into more of a tank Viking thing, if you know what I mean. Additional barracks on the way from MperorM. He is continuing to produce tanks, as previously mentioned. Tank Marine, man. Tank Marine Viking has been a staple. Been a staple of the TBT scenario for quite some time. Marines for Clem, heading on up this right side, and trying to drop was Clem. But MperorM had some Marines and a tank here at his natural base to make sure that didn't happen. Raven has enough for another auto turret. Might as well toss it down, man. Sitting on energy doesn't help anyone. No, it definitely does not. Tanks firing on those SCVs. Again, still trying to drop in here is Clem, but it's not working out for him at all. MperorM with a staunch defense. Got himself a sensor tower up here too. Where is that thing? There it is. Covers effectively all 3 of his bases. I like it. I like the sensor tower location. I mean, maybe here would be better, but easier to pick off. I don't know, because it gives him a little bit of advance warning on stuff coming into his bases, but not a lot. He is holding both of the Zelnaga watchtowers, which is actually more of a use in spotting incoming drops. As it turns out, 4th base landing for MperorM, keeping up on that macro side of things. And here comes a big old doom drop out of MperorM. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 medevacs, all in different stages of fullness. Different states? Yeah, different states of fullness. Ah, got that drop down, did Clem. Did the Marines leave? Sensor tower picked off all the SCVs running from this natural base in this so-called safe location, but it is easily droppable, so maybe that's why people don't take it early. Picking up, boosting out as soon as the defense comes. Good job. Good job by Clem getting the heck out of there. But here comes the drop of all drops. Dropping tanks, dropping Marines. Tanks are in siege mode. Vikings trying to pick off these medevacs. Is he going to strand MperorM in here? He very well could. The tanks are left behind to die, and MperorM is forced to retreat. Oh, no. Oh, that did not go well at all. Pretty great hold there by Clem. 125 to 113 total supply. Clem, again, has that lead. But the fourth base is up. Again, keeping ahead in the economy has been useful for MperorM, though it's 66 to 56 arbiters. So Clem has more workers. He's just oversaturated. In most of his places, I guess one of his bases, he's a little bit oversaturated here. Tanks continue to push on up. +1 vehicle weapons is on the way from Clem. Just working on +2 infantry armor and +3 infantry weapons is MperorM. Small drop back here at the safe location, picking off a refinery. No more gas for you, MperorM. Some Marines come in and try to deal with this, but wow, handled easily by Clem's Marines here. Getting rid of more SCVs. 26 SCVs have been killed by Clem, and it's only lost 3 of his own, so that's going to help immensely. Dropping back here in the main base. Oh, there's no static defense here at all. Pulling the SCVs out and then unloading. I don't think that was a good idea. He just lost everything. Lost all of his Marines because MperorM was on top of it with his Marine defense. Is he still auto-turreting stuff? 10 kills on that Raven. Hero Raven for sure. Another big scary push here from Clem. He's got a lot of Marines, specifically 17. He's got 5 tanks. He's got 3 medevacs. He has 2 Vikings. You don't want to overmake Vikings because if you win the air battle, but all you have is Vikings, you're going to lose to the rest of the stuff on the ground from your opponent. So don't overmake them. 2 or 3, maybe 4 is all you want to go. Here we go. A lot of Marines here from MperorM. Right on top of the tanks. Marine count deficient for Clem. And wow. Winning that battle handily was MperorM. You can't just bring tanks. You got to have more Marines than your opponent. You have to have Marines that can hold off the attacks of your opponent, because straight up, honestly, it doesn't make any sense, but straight up Marines, especially with +2/+2 against tanks, are going to be just fine. They're going to be just fine. So you want tanks of your own, you want Marines of your own. MperorM's up 156 to 138 total supply. This might be it for Clem. His 4th base is on the way. It's going to be a planetary fortress, but it's not done yet. And here we go. Marines marching into the situation, trying to pick off the tanks, trying to pick off those Marines. The splash damage, pretty good, though, out of these tanks, and Clem much better positioned, staying out of the range pretty well as MperorM. Trying to set up a bit of a contain, and he can actually hit one of these barracks here at the 4th base for Clem. Tank tries to move into a position, is forced to retreat. Does get picked up, actually, by a medevac. Tanks continuing to splash. 4 kills on that tank, 9 kills on this tank. One of them does go down. Marines do finish off a tank of Clem's. So MperorM doing okay for himself here. Unloading. Trying to get damage done. Trying to send a bit of a flank here off. Oh, wow. Look at him go. Does pick off another tank. Medevacs can't do much against Marines without any support, but another big swell of Marines here. Defender's advantage kicks in for Clem. But guess who just came across the map? A whole ton of Marines. +3 is inches from being done. By inches, I mean centimeters from being done, and there it is. Ka-ching! +3 is done. Let's do this. He could not have timed that any better, but too many tanks. Too many tanks. Clem winning this battle with superior Marine numbers, despite only having +2/+2. And MperorM is forced to retreat. So 4 base to 4 base, 66 to 62 harvesters. 133 to 133 supply. This is a very even TVT high-level legacy of the Void game. Let's hear a cheer if you're going for Clem here at the 13-minute mark, and if you're cheering for MperorM, give us a hooray in the comments, I guess. I don't know how that works. It'd be easier if this was Twitch, but you know me with Twitch. Can't commit to a schedule. Can't really do any of that Twitch streaming stuff like some of those other people can. High ground advantage for MperorM. Clem decides not to go up it. Almost loses tanks in the process. Does lose a tank there, but Clem doing a good job picking up tanks that are in trouble with medevacs. Can't do it while they're sieged, obviously. Not in this patch of StarCraft anyway, but can pick them up when they're not in siege mode. And Clem's been keeping them not in siege mode in a lot of situations here. But again, the high ground here from MperorM. Just picking off tanks, picking off Marines. Coming down to this low ground. +3/+3 is done for MperorM. The +3/+3 for Clem is on the way, but it's not here yet. Double expanding behind this is Clem. Oh, I don't know if he's overreaching here. This push from MperorM is looking really scary, bringing his tanks along. Doesn't have that +1 attack, whereas Clem does. But regardless, MperorM is winning the battle. 139 to 121 total supply. Continuing to make Marines 10 at a time. Both these players have exactly 10 barracks, making 10 at a time here. Trying to sneak on into Clem's base. On this left side is MperorM, just walking his tanks in, putting them all in siege mode while getting shot at by enemy tanks. Doesn't matter. Doesn't care a lick about that. Tank with 3 kills, tank with 2 kills. Losing one of his expansions is Clem, but he's still working on a 5th base, no big deal. 5th base done in mining for MperorM on the other side of the map here. MperorM continuing. Oh, is he going to go up this ramp is the question. He's going to go up the ramp. Lose a bunch of Marines in the process, but trying to get vision on that high ground. And the Marines were pretty good at that, as it turns out. Medevac count for MperorM is insane, actually. He has 9? He's got 9 medevacs in the sky here. 151 to 135 total supply. Tanks continuing to roll down. More Marines joining the party. MperorM doing a good job getting his units up to where they need to go. But check this out. Drop here from Clem at the 4th base of MperorM at the top side of the map. This is not a planetary fortress. He has a tank defending and some more Marines coming. He should be just fine. And he will continue his push here on this 4th base of Clem, which again is a planetary fortress, but when there are tanks involved, it doesn't actually really matter. So yeah, cleaning up that attack of Clem's no problem on the top side. Tanks loading into medevacs. Tanks on the high ground for Clem. Finishing off tanks on the low ground for MperorM. Another attack at this 5th base of MperorM. Marines, how are he sneaking these up here? I don't know. I don't know how he's doing it, but he just keeps doing it. Yeah, that's a quote from a Teen Titans Go commercial that I saw a million times when I was on vacation in Moab with my family a few months ago. Kids fell in love with Teen Titans Go. Holy smokes. No wonder that's all that Cartoon Network shows. Clem's Marines blood soaking into the ground here. Horrifically outnumbered by MperorM's stuff. Are we at +3 yet, Clem? Tell me your Marines have the +3s. Where are you guys? You do! Excellent. Okay, so fully upgraded Marines versus fully upgraded Marines. And again, the +1 for Clem here on the tanks. Anyway, coming up the ramp like he owns the place is MperorM. Tank splashing on everything. The Marines... Oh, I feel like Clem won that, but he didn't send his Marines down to try to deal with this. Interestingly enough, he does have a medevac spotting the high ground. This is pretty intense stuff right now. MperorM. Don't try, Tanakin. I have the high ground. I don't do a very good Obi-Wan accent. Young Obi-Wan accent anyway. And MperorM is going to go away home once again here. He does get his double expand off, does Clem, which is wonderful. Another base on the way from MperorM. So we're 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 6th base on the way for MperorM. He's tied up in base count with Clem, but Clem's are already done at 65 to 65 harvesters. Dead even. Clem is pulled ahead in army supply because it's even in worker, so it's 183 to 160 total supply, which means the army is going to be about 20 supply bigger for Clem than it is for MperorM. Pushing up north. Here is Der Clem. I don't know, why did I put a German article on that? Maybe because it's late. Probably because it's late. Marines waltzing into this 5th base. Goodbye, 5th base. 'Twas nice knowing you. Man, Marines with full upgrades are just terrifying. Super duper scary. Losing that base was bad news. Is Clem going to win this thing, you guys? Clem is looking real strong right now. Maxed out to 173 of MperorM. Also, MperorM is supply blocked, which is not good. Marines defending this main base drop, but there aren't enough of them. Oh, no. There aren't enough of them. Tanks just setting up. No big deal. We're going to shell everything you have. It's a counterattack from MperorM. Is he going to base race this thing? Oh, what a game. What a game. Nobody loses. Oh, he loses it and taps out. MperorM is defeated, and Clem is victorious. I think he had plans for this drop, but he flew them over these Marines, like the wrong possible direction to go. And he got him just picked out of there. So, good one. Good TBT, though. Nicely done by Clem. He was in trouble there for a bit, but he was able to take out that 5th base of MperorM's, hold on to his 5th, which was a big deal. Right here, this ramp, this battle, being able to hold that was nice. Resources lost 20,000 from Clem and 26,000 from MperorM, including 7,000 more minerals. That's a lot. Is that more dead Marines? Is that what that is? MperorM lost 251 compared to 181 for Clem. Yep. That's it. Marine deaths. Big deal. 23 to 26 tanks. Nobody really had an advantage there. 2 Vikings versus 1 Viking. 56 SCVs lost, though, by MperorM, I think was a game changer. I don't think most of those were towards the end. I think they were actually the little marine attacks Clem was able to do was a big deal. All right, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.